Yeah, that's my theme song. It's DJ Slider Bite back again, back with the podcast that nobody wants me to have, but I have it anyway, so fuck them. And it's, damn, I didn't mean to cuss in front of the first 3 minutes, but it is what it is. It's on Spotify, all right? This is, and then I got a special guest again tonight. So it's DJ Slider Bite back again with the Slider Cast, and then my comedic guest that I have a local comedy person that we've been doing mics back and forth. Max V, how you doing, Max V?
That's generous. I like it. Local comedy person. I dig it.
Yeah, or what should I say?
That's fine. That's exactly where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? Like that's the level. It's local comedy person.
Okay.
I'll take that.
All right. So local comedy person, you got the round of applause with the people. They're screaming for you and shit. So yeah. So it's Max V. You've been doing the open mics, hitting it up and shit, man.
New to this shit, loving it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How long have you been doing comedy?
Going on like 4 months now, 4 or 5 months. You catch
seriously?
Yeah, dude.
Oh man,
I've been doing this that long.
I'm not supposed to be interviewing you now.
No. What the fuck? I came here for drugs, to be honest. You know what I mean?
All right, yeah, we're mentioning drugs. Yeah, we're smoking K2.
Yeah.
So if
right.
people want to know.
Yeah. Later it's bath salts, but right now K2.
Yeah, bath salts, K2. Yep, and probably do some meth or some Angel D later.
Angel D or
some
Mojo. I saw a video earlier today about some Mojo.
What is Mojo?
Mojo is like a brand of bath salt.
Really? People still do that bath salt shit?
Florida's a motherfucker, man. Like, you go down there and you just change as a person. But
and I really respect Florida, but I don't think I would go down there and get into weird shit.
That's not the move, is it?
Not to me. I would literally go down there and want to start a business or make some money, but I can see how it's a whole different atmosphere.
It's a thing. And Florida, I mean, outside of Miami, the whole place is a big-ass trailer park, you know?
Yeah, no, I follow this guy on TikTok, and he's funny. And his I forgot his name, but his whole stick is where it's like he'll show a weird Florida clip, and then he acts like he's recording it on his flip phone.
Oh, shit.
And so he'll be like, hey, man, this is how you were taught to run from alligators, like zigzag. And then he'll be like, this is how people in Florida run from alligators. And it was like a motherfucker that was in the water feeding the alligator. Like, not even like trying to run. He does a whole bunch of shit like that, or it'll be like a weird thing where he acts like he's recording it.
Yeah.
The one video I saw that was funny, it was like, because you know how people get Airbnbs?
Yeah.
And it was this girl, and she had an Airbnb, and it was in the back of the house had a pool, and the pool had a fence around it.
Oh, shit.
Have you seen those fences?
I've seen I know the fences you talk about.
Where the whole backyard is like fenced in.
Yeah, and you got a pool in it. It's like a cliche thing. It's a thing people do.
Yeah, it's not cliche, because she was just like, I'm just sitting here and I'm wondering, like, why do people in Florida have these like weird gates? And then the same guy was like, oh, you wondering? I'm gonna show you why. And then he just showed clips of people without the gates, and it was like, I feel like pest control is a huge thing. Pest control is just as good as being a plumber in Florida.
It's gotta make some money.
Yeah, from the pictures I've seen, because then it was like, this is why we have those gates on our fence. And then they show like pest control motherfuckers getting big ass snakes out of people's pools, getting alligators out of people's pools. Oh, and the first picture was a bear in somebody's pool.
Damn, in Florida?
Yeah, that's how I was like.
Had bears in Florida.
I didn't either.
What the hell?
It was hilarious. And then he was just like, and then the guy narrating was like, this is why those people had those shits around there. Yeah, you can't just be willy-nilly and shit. You got to have something going on.
We just had a random person walk in. Was that as a homeless person?
No. It was like, I got a roommate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got one roommate right now, and really it's two roommates, but one roommate lives here right now. The other roommate is fucking stuck in Canada. I'm not trying to tell his business, but
is he a trucker?
No, I wish he was. He'll have more interesting shit to say. But no, he's a cool dude. He's like a medical student, and then he went to Canada in like middle of December, just on like Christmas break, and it was like something with his school. They didn't schedule him, and it was another problem. But I was like, this motherfucker probably won't come back. Like, I don't know what's going on. He told the landlord that he was going to come back. He's supposed to come back this Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I was just like, man,
still paying his share of the rent. That's a good way to get out of rent.
No. It was like he ended up still paying and all that kind of shit. So, yeah, there's no drama with that. It was more drama like, where you at? Because he's a cool dude. He's funny. He doesn't do the cool Canada shit though. Like, so if you're Canadian, you should ice skate
at least, or hold a wooden stick and hit shit.
Yeah, no, he doesn't play hockey or anything like that. He's
black dude?
No, he's actually an Indian guy from Canada.
Nice. Nice.
And he's actually said, I don't think it's problematic, but we were talking about like countries and stuff, and he was just like, man, I don't know anything about India. he was like, I'm from Nova Scotia. Like he was, the way he was like, I'm from fucking Nova Scotia. I don't know shit about India, nothing.
He's
I know
eating curry or nothing of that shit.
no, I mean he has like family customs and shit because he cooks his own shit. But he was like, nah, as far as any of that extra shit, I don't know anything about it, all that extra shit.
We're smoking this lucky crack pipe right
I am from Canada, so yeah, that's I thought it was funny as hell. Just talk for a second while I open up the window real fast.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so as I said, we're smoking some weed out of a little crack pipe. So a lot of fun. I like weed. Yeah, weed's great. Weed's great. Weed's better than booze. I feel like booze be fucking you up to a little too much.
All right. Yeah.
Ruins your life. Pot just kind of makes you mellow.
All right, or all right, DJ Slider Bite is back, and I'm gonna say you should be saying cannabis instead of weed.
You think so?
Well, cannabis is the real name of it.
Is that?
Cannabis is a scientific name. Weed and marijuana are all like racist terms. Yeah, they're like slang terms, but they were made to vilify Hispanic people. Because when Hispanic people were riding trains up to like San Francisco and shit, they were just coming to America, and then just for people to vilify them, they'll be like, these people got marijuana and they got weed, and I know they ended up banning that shit. And it was one scientist was like, he was like, I thought they were banning, because he was like very honest. He was like, I thought we were banning some shit that Mexicans would use, marijuana. I didn't know we were banning cannabis, because they actually use hemp. Hemp is related to cannabis.
Yeah.
And like they used to build shit out of hemp.
Yeah, they make clothes and shit. You can wear that motherfucker. Yeah, I know hemp.
Yeah, all that stuff stopped with William Hearst because he had money in like the paper business.
That's right. I've heard about that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's and I don't think. Well, I think the conspiracy would be more because I think it was more shit going on because it was because hemp is more sustainable.
True.
So you gotta play this game where you outlaw some shit that's more sustainable. Like you can make more shit out of hemp than you can with other things.
Man, it's such a cool fucking plant, huh? It fucking tweaks you out, makes you freak out. It does all that, and you can wear the motherfucker. That's the best.
Yeah, or I don't know what you. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's sometimes when people say tweak out.
Tweak out's a weird thing. Huh?
Yeah, tweak out makes me think of like I don't know where I'm at. I could get crazy.
Yeah.
That type of shit. Like kind of makes you mellow. Or if anything, it makes you feel kind of fuzzy, but not like a tweak out fuzzy. I feel like anybody that tweaks out on cannabis or weed shouldn't have it.
But let's be honest. I mean, tweaking out's kind of fun. You ever tweaked out?
No, I don't think I have.
You never tweaked out?
No.
You should try it.
Yeah, we just left a comedy show, so it's always people talking about doing some weird shit or something like that. Yeah, I've never.
Ass and all that. Yeah.
Or no, I'm talking about like the drugs and shit. Eating ass is just natural life. You might get married and you got to eat some ass just to stay married.
Yeah, I mean, I've eaten ass for sure. It's not bad.
See, just stay married.
That's right.
Yeah.
Eat the same ass.
Yeah, to stay married, or it's some new chick you just met out in Oak Brook, and they're freaky out there, so you gotta keep it Oak Brook, I guess.
Keep it Oak Brook. Cheesecake Factory. I get it. I could dig it, man. So serving and all that shit, that's got to be pretty wild.
Yeah, yes and no. And then I told other people, I feel like, because I've always worked customer service, and then I've been serving for the last like maybe 8 years. But I'm pretty sure that helps me with just. I think it helps me with my comedy because I've talked to a lot of people. It's some people who can't say they've talked to over 2,000 people.
That's the thing.
If I could I don't even know if I can put a number. It's way more than 2,000 motherfuckers, bro. Just like when I worked at Target, I've worked at a movie theater, and that's when Micro Center. That's when I'm a cashier, just dealing with everybody in the goddamn store. So you know what I mean? I've had so many bad, good interactions with people. More, and then I feel like that's what kind of burned me out socially because I'm always talking to motherfuckers. I've always had to talk to people for my job, extensively. It's just when you serve, you kind of talk to them more because you're in their life.
Yeah,
and it's just like, oh, it's an anniversary. Yeah, it's an anniversary, man.
You gotta play it up a little bit.
Yeah, or
be engaged.
Or some lately, like when I worked at this place downtown, I wasn't playing it up. It was just I just like talking to those people, and then especially like motherfuckers from Nebraska and shit and all that. And it's just like, oh, you're from Nebraska and you're just here for the summertime?
Those corn-fed motherfuckers. Yeah, they're weird. They're something else. You know, growing up smelling shit every day makes you a different person.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, when you grow up in a place like that where you actually do stuff.
Yeah.
It was a comedian. He was there. I don't know if you were there. He said he just moved from Tulsa or something like that. His name was JB.
JB from Tulsa.
Yeah, he was he was kind of funny. He was a white guy with a bald head and goatee.
Shout out to JB from Tulsa.
Yeah, he was cool. He said, and then he was like, I've been here for like 3 days or whatever the hell.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that was like that was pretty cool. So you just started doing comedy. Do you see the levels of it? How it's like well, I don't know, because you haven't met that many people. Like, it's like levels to where motherfuckers do a lot of open mics. You see the same people at the open mics. And then when certain people are starting to, you'll notice people who you kind of started with, they start to get booked, quote unquote, booked.
Yeah.
Then they kind of hang around different circles.
Yeah, but that's natural. It's part of the networking thing. But it's like, I'm trying to hold on to this one thing, right?
The only thing that sucks though is just motherfuckers disappear. It's just like, oh, we used to be running together. Now you just totally.
But that's okay.
At the Laugh Factory all the time.
That's the thing. I mean, that's the progression. But you should be happy for that kind of stuff.
No, I am happy. Yeah. I'm just like, you know. And then I was about to say, I mean, like, when is my time to be at the Laugh Factory? But no, that's why I'm starting my own shit, because those people don't have their own podcasts. And they don't have their own show and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's two different avenues, but you can make it work in this thing too. But like I said, I mean, the thing I'm trying to hold on to as someone who's new in this is trying to keep that sort of perspective of somebody that doesn't really do comedy, because I've noticed a lot of people that are a little cynical about it. They kind of go to these shows, they go to these open mics, they do work on their shit, and it's just, you know what I mean? They don't, it's almost like they're not having that much fun anymore unless they're in front of a certain amount of people.
Yeah.
But that's okay, you know, and that lets me judge people, not judge them, but sort of appreciate people's comedy as good or not. So those people that get booked, I could tell you as an audience member, not even just as somebody that does comedy, that whether they're, you know, like, oh, that's funny, or, you know, not that they deserve it, but it's like, I understand why they're doing what they're doing. So I'm not totally mad. I'm not mad at motherfuckers yet for being booked, especially, like, you know, if you think, you know, it's, oh, maybe it's too early, or maybe they're leaving the group, but it's what it is.
And then I'm not even mad. It's just kind of like, because I'm not mad at all. It's just like, oh, I don't see this person who I think is cool as hell. Especially when I'm around more people who aren't as cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was like I saw this girl named Sonia. And it was like, well, you know, I used to see her around a lot. And it was, but now she's like doing more major shit. And then it's like levels to what you're doing. Like, and it was just like, oh, it was cool as hell to see her. I saw her at the Laugh at Lincoln Lodge on Sunday. They gave us like free pizza and shit.
Nice.
Were you there? Where did you watch the Super Bowl?
I was at my family's house. I went to go see my mom and shit, bring my kids and all that. You know, get my kids to know me, because my kids didn't really know my family that well for a while. But yeah, that was fun. You know, spending it with snot-nosed children.
You got to.
Yeah, you know, as a dad, it's a thing.
You got to go on a road trip with them.
You know, I gotta work up to that. You know, now that I'm single, I can take them on my own. I have to deal with the fucking ex and all that shit, and all their stupid bullshit.
So, how old are they?
I got a 6 and a 3-year-old. I got a daughter and a son.
So oh, okay, all right.
27 years old, which is pretty weird, but I've been making it work. But to bring it back to comedy, I mean,
the only thing I just want to say real fast, it's not weird. We're just hearing it from a man's perspective.
yes.
You mean a lot of bitches, 27-year-olds with them 10 and 8-year-olds. You'd be like, oh, okay. But, you know, it's just different hearing it from the guy.
You know, being a single dad, it's weird. You know, I could use my kids to get pussy if I wanted to. I mean, I guess,
no, you don't got to do that. Especially the way some women work, you just have to say that you had kids.
Yeah.
And then they want you.
Some of them dig it, yeah.
It's a lot of girls that will fuck you because you had kids more than a guy that's never had
I
kids.
thought it would be opposite when I first.
Absolutely not.
I really thought it'd be like, oh, you know, no one's going to want anything to do with me. I already got kids.
I mean, I did too when I was 12, but then when I got older, I was like, oh, I got to be a dirtbag out here to get these girls.
That's right.
That's why I'm pretending to be a dirtbag. It's hard to when you're dressed like me, though. I got a whole fucking suit on.
You might be an actual dirtbag.
No, I got to be like actual. I got to be more rich to be. It was like, oh, this guy's an asshole dirtbag. It's just like, no, he just looks nice, but When you get in my car and you hear that transmission pull, you'll know it ain't. I'm not rich.
Yeah, you got the pocket protector going, man. Jeez.
Oh, you can see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, usually that's how I want to work it in my act where I just like pull it out. Like, I got a pocket protector. But it was I don't know if people would fucking, I don't know if people would laugh at that shit or not. It was like, yeah, you see, I'm so nerdy. I got a pocket protector. Who got a pocket protector?
Ain't no one got a pocket protector.
I might do that if I see another nerd in the crowd and be like, who's the nerdiest?
Yeah.
You got a pocket protector?
He'll definitely, yeah. No,
And he won't? And I'll be like, I do.
no you'll out nerd his ass. For
But
sure.
then he'll be like, I drive a Tesla. And I'll be like, I drive a Toyota Avalon. Like, what the
Which is the old school nerd car before Tesla.
Really? This Toyota Avalon, basically, to me, when I got in it, it's their answer to, because I'm from Detroit. So I was going to call it a Toyota Buick. It drives like a Buick. It's a big car. It was, I've never driven a Cadillac, but it was, it's almost a Lexus. It's basically almost a Lexus. It's the way, and I'm talking like I work for Toyota, but I've had 5 different cars given to me just because you have to have a car in Detroit. But after that 5th car, I was paying for all of them myself. And when you start, you don't even to me, you don't research shit until you pay for it yourself. So that's when it was my money. I was like, let me see what the fuck is going on with these brands. I'll never buy a fucking Dodge ever in my life. Fuck this. You know, I don't want to say, damn, I'm on. If you pay me, Dodge, pay me. NMAX V. Send us on tour, sponsored by Dodge.
Yeah, come on.
And I think those cars will be dope. I'll talk really nice about those cars.
I need a truck. I just hit a person on the way here, so I'm gonna.
No, hey, no, hey, but, hey. Oh, no, shit, don't even, yes, no, don't do it. Allegedly. All that shit is alleged. Yeah, all that is allegedly, bro.
I was never on the corner of Ashland.
No, don't. Yeah. Wait, let this play out or whatever the fuck is going down. Don't do that. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Because that wouldn't turn out good. We need a lawyer on our team, bro.
Definitely, you should have a DJ Slider by lawyer on retainer.
I'm about to wait till shit really gets going, and then we can do business talk. Even though some people register their name or they run their comedy name, it's like a LLC or a C corp.
They want to be a corporate entity.
Yeah, or like I haven't heard anybody say the C corp. I'm a C corp guy, so I want to see what that's about. But I know I know a couple people who do it as an LLC, and then a lot of the stuff that we do is a write off. Because it's for our business.
That's an interesting thing to think about. You know,
Yeah.
Put your jokes on that to get your taxes off and shit.
No, not jokes, man. I'm talking about realistic tax. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 27.
Shit, I should have beat that. Yeah, because yeah, we don't do ages on this show. I'm sorry, I should have asked you that all. But yeah, you're in the younger. You'll learn about You'll learn about business and shit and more money.
I got health insurance and shit, man. I feel like an adult. What are you talking about?
That's kind of important. But I'm talking about like we're doing comedy, and if you want to do, I know like it's better to have things running as a business. Like if you get paid, like say you get paid $1,000 or bigger money though, bigger money that can be taxed. Like say, they're going to give you $10,000. It's better to get the $10,000 under as a company instead of your name.
I guess I'm nowhere near even thinking about taxing any of this shit.
Yeah, you're just starting, man. I'm wasting my time. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why I'm interviewing this guy, but he's here. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be very interesting though. It's going to be up there.
This is like, it's one of you people up here. It's a regular fucking person. It's like you might as well grab somebody off the street. Like, hey, you want to go talk to me
not
in
really.
my living room?
Some people you make a mistake.
That's true.
Because it was a weirdo kind of outside that bar, outside that club we left.
Oh, which
Did you
weirdo?
see them or they?
They them?
Yeah, they them or
It's
whoever.
gender neutral on the north side, so I get it.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just who I was talking to. I was like, this is not a girl, because a girl wouldn't be talking like this. But it was like when I left the bar, and then they were like, yeah, I do comedy. I'm a really good comic. And then I was like, oh yeah, they do this every Wednesday. And then they were like, I'm gonna say he, because it was a guy at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna say stop.
It was a guy. Yeah, I'm trying to be politically, like I can get canceled on my own shit. This is my shit. I spent $1,000 on all this shit. I can say what I need to say.
Talk
So
your
it's-
shit.
yeah. So but no, he was just a fucking weirdo. And I was like, no. And then I actually ran back into the bar, and it was like some more comedians, and that's where we decided to go to. Where did we go to? They called My Buddies. And so, but yeah, she was like, yeah, I don't do. She was like, yeah, I do comedy, and I'm really good too. And then I was like, yeah, this goes every Wednesday. And then she was like, yeah, but I don't like this bar. I always hang out at the bar next door, and then I talk to the comedians like I am now. And I was just like, no, nah, not me. So it was like,
yeah, how about that?
yeah, and it was raining. And then and then she was like, yeah, and I was like, we're going to this other mic. If you're a comedian, you should go. And then she was just like, yeah, I'm gonna hit you up. When I was like, no, just go.
That's the weirdest.
Go to
thing.
the mic.
That's the weirdest thing about starting to do this, man. Is sometimes I tell people, like my old friends, that I'm starting to do this. And you know what's a weird thing I've noticed? If you tell someone that, hey, yeah, I do comedy every now and then, they change as a person. They try to talk to you as if they're funnier now. Because I feel like everybody in their heart feels like, well, I think I'm funny. Who the fuck do you think you are to try and go up and tell jokes?
Some
you
people
run into that before?
I mean, I would say maybe not really, because like I've always been a funny, witty dude at work, and then when I started doing comedy, I haven't really been telling a lot of people, or I didn't.
That's probably best.
But no, I told some people, like especially at the job I used to work downtown in Chicago. Some of the people knew, but I wouldn't tell management like straight up, like I'm a comedian and
You
shit.
ever notice people treat you different when you tell them that you do comedy?
Not really. Maybe because of the way I carry myself, and I'm always saying goofy shit. But I'm always making it a way to be relevant to what we got going on, or just not out of the blue and never obnoxious. But it was always like I'm always silly. So then it was just, and then people would be like, "You should be a comedian." It's because the way I talk, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I just grew up watching a lot of like Comic View and all that kind of shit. It's kind of, I need to rewatch that stuff to study it, but I used to watch that shit all the time and I didn't. It was a guy there. It was a guy there. His name was Michi Hall. Did you see him go up?
No, I didn't catch him.
Oh, he's really cool, and he hosts this mic at Francis Cocktail Lounge down south side of Chicago. That's a really good mic. It's on Tuesday nights. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. Especially being from the south side, I feel like the only time you get to do any of this stuff is on the north side.
Yeah, and that's another thing that needs to change, because Chicago's very segregated. People always say that, but the comedy scene is definitely very, very segregated.
Fuck yes, it is.
The comedy scene used to be segregated three different ways. Well, used to be. It still is. It's three different ways. I tell people now. It's just the red line comedians, blue line comedians, and then south side comedians. And then south and west side. I guess you would chunk them all up. And it's just very unfortunate. That's my only gripe with Chicago. When I came here, was strictly north side, a lot of stuff, and I had to super travel to get to the south side. And this is not a real Chicago experience with a lot of these regentrifiers that are from Naperville and Lombard.
Mundelein and all that stupid shit.
Yeah, Mundelein, and but they're all lying saying they're from Chicago. I have family that's from Waukegan, and then they say, we're from Chicago.
No, you're not.
So yeah, it was like, fuck you. When I found out where Waukegan is, it's closer to fucking, where Kyle Rittenhouse popped off.
Yeah,
like,
that's
what
right.
the fuck? Like, he was, get out of my face. You're not from Chicago. Claim that shit. So it was just, and then I grew up all my life thinking they were from Chicago until I moved here. So it's just like,
It's stolen valor. In
Yeah.
a little way. It's like, what the fuck? Who do you think you are?
that's a funny way of saying it. And then it's a different thing from Detroit, because people of the suburbs of Metro Detroit don't lie about being from Detroit. Especially when you're in Detroit. They're like, and I always do it, like when you're in Chicago, you're at a Bears game, you'll be chumming it up with some people, and then I'll be like, where you from? And it'll be like, yeah, Chicago. And I'm just like, where you really from? And then it's like, oh, they'll name a fucking suburb, but they're just down here. They always want to claim it.
Yeah.
But when you're in Detroit, you're at a Lions game or a Tigers game or a Red Wings game.
They don't give a fuck.
No, they do. No, people are there and people are cool. And then we're just like, where are you from? And they're just like, Sterling Heights.
Yeah.
Right up there. As soon as this shit is over, we might go to Chelios's, but we're going to get the fuck out of Dodge. As soon as this shit is over.
But Detroit sucks. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I've been
No,
there.
I don't-
It's like Gary, but like forever.
No, I mean, it's just you're coming from a big-ass city. And sometimes it's like Chicago people like will have a Chicago expectation.
Yes.
And it's just like there is nothing besides New York.
Yeah.
And so that's what I think people need to kind of behave and just be like, don't be rude. Or you just need your mom to be like, don't be rude, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's people who sleep downtown in every other city, and it's cool. Downtown is not a cool place in other places.
I got there and I was like, yeah, no, ain't for me. Not for me.
Yeah, no. But you got to be in the metro area. A lot of people don't know, above Detroit, the county, or it will be like this street right here. You know how Eminem made the 8 Mile?
Yeah, and it's all of them are miles. I learned when I went to Detroit, it's 8 mile, 9 mile, 10 mile, 11 mile. They're all called miles.
To me, it may be kind of weird, but every time I move to a city, I always equate the streets like that. Like right now, Armitage, really when I first moved to Chicago, I always said North Avenue was 8 Mile. North Avenue was my 8 Mile because I lived right off of, I lived right 2 blocks off of California with this crazy bitch that I went to high school with. And she moved to Chicago and I moved here and I lived with her for like 3 weeks flat, but I had to get the fuck out of there because that was a very unstable environment. But it was right off of North Avenue, so I always associate North Avenue with being 8 Mile, and then Armitage to me is 9 Mile, Fullerton is 10 Mile.
So North is 8 Mile.
And so like when we were where the fuck we were at, we were on like 19 Mile and shit. Like I was like, what the fuck? We were super far from where I'm from. Like,
whatever you do, don't tell Mac Napper that North Avenue is 8 Mile. Because that motherfucker will just run with that shit.
Oh no, I don't. But it's not really 8 Mile because it's there. I say that to say this: like 8 Mile separated Detroit, Wayne County from Oakland County. So it's literally, and then like Oakland County is the second richest county in the U.S.
In all of the country.
In all of the country.
By Detroit, out of all places.
No, but if you have to take just one economic class, and you will see like. It's just the rich people are there. It's an economic boycott. They just kind of stay outside of Detroit.
That's low key. You know what? You're right. Because it's like they wouldn't hang out somewhere where everyone would guess they would be. Nobody would guess it.
No, I mean like everybody, the whole tax base that would be in the city. Like it's like a racist boycott against Detroit. And all they do is just live on the other side. They literally live on one other side of the street. Do you understand that? Like it's, like kind of like how Cicero, or like I always explain it. You know how like Chicago ends at Toohey Road and then that's where Evanston starts? Do you understand that? Yes. That's like if all the people on Lakeshore Drive only wanted to live in Evanston. And then they would drive into Evanston. They would literally ride the train in Chicago. They'll work downtown and shit, but then ride the train right back up to Evanston, get off where the Purple Line starts. And then that's where the $1 million houses are at. And that's where
that's their own little community outside of the shit.
Yeah, but it's like counties. It's like counties though, so it's like not a little community. But I'm asking to say this: like when you said Detroit sucked, where the fuck were you? Were you just there doing drugs? Were you high on coke? Because there's.
No, I was there on a job. I have a day job, so I'm in construction. So I was up there building. I was up there building a building.
No, where? In
New Hudson, wherever that's at. I think it was by 12 Mile Road. That far out, which I know is pretty far out from close to Detroit. Yeah,
so why are you saying Detroit sucks and you were like in a suburb?
Well, no, when I like to travel to these places, I like to check out the city. So I went on a little downtown, booze and cruise, smoke a blunt, go around the city, and I just wasn't impressed.
No, I get you.
I didn't like it. The bums weren't bummy enough. Cities weren't, the buildings weren't building.
The bums are, I got a joke about that. The bums in Detroit, thank you for setting that up. You're like Jay Leno. The bums in Detroit wear Air Force Ones, and that's it. Bums in Chicago have Jordans. They have access to Jordans and Kyrie Irvings and shit. These bums, why are the bums are fresher than it? You're talking about the bums aren't bummy. The bums are fresher in Chicago. So I say this to say this. If you're a bum in Detroit, move to Chicago where I know you can get some Jordans all of a sudden.
Get a drip.
There's a lot of bums I see on it, and I'm just like, these dudes have fresher. And then like you never see them when they're crispy clean. I saw a bum with some Jordan, and I know he was a bum, and they had these Kyries on, and they were like, they were fresh, but they just had some creases in them, and it was just like the bums here have fresh ass shit, fresher than Detroit. Oh, yeah. No, so you can never.
Bums here have cell phones. You see that shit?
So you can't say the bums aren't bummier in Detroit. They're bummy.
I guess I didn't see him doing bum activity. You know what I mean?
I haven't seen black Air Force Ones in a long time, and maybe that's because I'm on the north side, and that's what I know. Some people listening to this like, I'll correct that, but no, I don't want to see your black Air Force Ones unless it's at a party or some shit. So it's unless it's my cousin, last time I went to Detroit, I saw my dad and my cousin, I don't want to say his nickname, but he had on some black Air Force Ones. And I was like, oh, shit, I haven't seen nobody wear those in a minute. Yes. My cousin Pookie. I'll say his name, Pookie. I don't know. He's all right. He's all right. He should be good.
Pookie's a pretty general name. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm always smart. You always got to be smart. I'm the only person allowed to have felons to talk on this. Felonies. Massive felonies.
Massive, huh?
Yeah. Computer crimes, though. That's all I got.
Well, those are the best kind. You get away with those. With that pocket protector, you'd be fine.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I can't wait till I have the video. That's why I got all this blue and shit. This is a studio in the making, bro. Or not. I don't want to say in the making. He's already here.
You look like you build computers and shit, man. Like you fuck around with electronics at all?
I wish I did. I would, and I didn't even say. Yeah, this is an all Linux podcast. I am recording on the Linux operating system.
Fucking do it.
And and this is, I don't want to say the program I'm using. You know, it's not, you know, but it's not a program I want to use. But I'm doing that. My friend, my high school friend, made my theme song. I'm sorry, I'm doing this 30 minutes in. I'm gonna put it in the thumbnail.
You got a virtual IPA and all that. You know, you be careful online. You that kind of nerdy.
Yeah, but sometimes I just have it and don't even use it because I don't know what to use it for. I don't even get
I don't know
it.
what anybody would use that for. I've seen so many commercials for virtual IPA. Like, why the fuck do you care to hide your shit?
I do understand it because it's a lot of the ad shit is annoying as fuck, and when you really study that stuff, you would be like people, they know more about you than you do sometimes, and it's just like I don't know how.
That's kind of creepy.
Younger people, okay, sometimes younger people don't care about that shit. I heard a good example where this guy was talking about he was talking about the analytics of CVS, and then like you can have a household that has one CVS card, and then you have kids, so it was kind of like you can have a household with one CVS card, and then you think you're the father, you're talking, you got a family unit, and your daughter's like 15 or whatever, and then she buys like a pregnancy test and then maybe buys some diapers or some shit, but doesn't tell you anything, and then all of a sudden you get like in the mail, you would get like with those ads, it'll be like, oh, you're expecting a pregnancy, you'll get like coupons for diapers and shit, and it's just like, who's pregnant in here? It's only like older people. You know, it's like things like that could happen when they start, and then it's just like they know more what's going on in your house.
Be snitching on motherfuckers if they
Yeah. I'm glad you can put it together because I know that was very sloppy. Unfortunately, that was the one time I'll be sloppy.
I caught it. It almost went over.
But you got what I mean, though. It's more shit where they know more. Because I have, and shout out to all these. I'm not going to give a specific shout out to any program that pays me, but which browser do you use? Oh, and I was going to say, I don't build the computers, but I fuck with Linux. So, okay. Yeah, I just rock with Linux, and I do some software stuff. I don't know how to...
I can tell, man. I can tell.
I don't know how to program any software, but I rock with Linux heavy. And I'm going to do I need to do some kind of program about Linux. More people should know about it.
Yeah, no, but I mean, in terms of browser, I use Google because I'm a bitch.
No, so, I mean, you don't got to be a bitch for that. Google's got the best. So, you use Google Chrome?
Yeah.
Yeah, Google. So, I was going to say Chrome extensions.
Okay.
And they have an extension called Ghostly, and I use it. I use that, and it blocks trackers, and then it'll show you what is blocking when you're on websites, and then that kind of stuff is weird because it'll show you what is blocking, and then you can click on it to see what kind of company it is.
Yeah.
And then most of the time it's Facebook Analytics, but it's Google Analytics and it's other shit, and then but when you have it on, you could just be like, oh shit, this shit is literally on when I'm on like the porno sites and shit.
I mean, that's what I was gonna say. Do people really care about their porno searches, or is it really just you just want motherfuckers to watch what you're doing? Like,
no. Sometimes it is where when you think about it, like this is weird as fuck. Like, and then like they literally and then I don't want to get conspiratorial, but it was just like people said like when they get so much information about you, they can literally build a digital version of you.
That's pretty far. That's pretty far out. Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like that. I don't like that at all.
Especially with just weird shit you just type.
Yeah,
you know, it's just because it's just.
I don't want another me out there, a digital me. That sounds creepy. Fuck that.
Yeah, especially. Yeah, I don't know. You know how it is. You should be on this shit.
I should.
I
slack off.
You wearing a trucker shirt.
I do that. You know what? I look like I should be all into that conspiratorial shit. Like, I use an IP. I use an IP fucking.
To me, we got to get out of that the word conspiracy, because it's like the word conspiracy theory or this conspiratorial. That's just like two people. That basically means a conspiracy is like two people planning to do something.
Man, we should be smoking crack right now if we want to go crazy on conspiracies.
No, that's not, because that's not productive. What the fuck? But no, man, it's yeah,
Well,
dude.
you never done? What's the hardest drug you've ever done? Hardest drug?
Not crack. These are weird. See, I can tell you haven't been doing this too long. Yeah, what's going on?
I want to know. I mean, like I said, you got the pocket protector, man. Like, I just want to know what's the hardest shit you've ever done.
No, yeah, just some shrooms that when I had a crazy roommate and he ruined the experience because he was like a crackhead, and he was just like he was from Somalia, and but it's some good people from Somalia,
Yeah,
but he was
Black
weird.
Hawk Down. I've seen the movie.
He I don't know but Somalia's probably got some good stuff going on. But when he got here, he asked me, he was like, "Do you know where you can get ketamine?" He was like really aggressive about it. And then I was like, "What is that?" That was the one thing I feel like I know a lot of shit. And so I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And it was like, "Oh, this is like some ambulance type shit." And then he worked in the medical field, but I was just thinking like, how come you can't get it? Like, what the fuck? Why are you asking me? Like, this is something I don't even know anything about it. This is no.
Ketamine? What the fuck?
Yeah, it was crazy.
He would ask you like, yeah. Let's ask
Special
ask
K.
you.
But he was like new. I don't think he was. I mean, he's probably been in America for a year or 2 years or some shit.
He just thought all Americans know where drugs are.
No, or maybe it was that because I told him I know where weed and shrooms were at.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then like it was
Safe
like,
to assume.
but we were gonna split the shrooms, and then when I was like high on them, and he was like, "Oh, you have them? Like, give them to me now." And it was just like very weird.
That kind of ruined your whole shit, huh?
Yeah, it was like very
Bullshit
annoying.
experience.
I remember I like walked outside, but it was frustrating because it was cold, and that was like when I was like, I wish it was warmer. It makes more sense. And then, I called a comedian, and I talked to that comedian for a minute, and then I walked home. I just like walked around the block and then like came back in the house and shit because I was like, that was annoying as fuck. That was like not a cool experience.
Yeah, I could see that. The way you described
But I would
it,
like to do shrooms in space though.
That'd be dope with Elon and Jeff.
Now with Elon, why people drop those names? I want to be like with I was gonna name somebody like Mike Tyson, and then like a very famous doctor or something like that.
I'd go with Snoop Dogg anyway.
No, because he might try to smoke, and you can't smoke when you go up there. It's like fucking
There's no oxygen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't like shit up here,
No.
Snoop.
Fuck?
Like,
But he's such a
and then if he tries to argue, and it's like maybe stay your ass at home, but we're gonna like we'll like videotape you. You could be in the room and shit.
Yeah, we'll Zoom call his ass for sure.
Yeah, like he could be down there with Houston where they're all in the boardroom and shit
why
with
not?
with the green screen and shit. So yeah, it was he'll be down there.
But you're right, don't you don't want to smoke weed in space. You're already in space. You don't want to tweak out. Have a panic attack up there? Fuck that.
No, that's like wouldn't that blow up the pressure? Air pressure?
Yeah.
Come on, man. How scientific are you? I thought you were scientific.
Man, I am.
You said
I'm
you
a-
build shit.
I build shit. I'm a dork. I love the Apollo program. I know about space. I believe they landed on the moon. I know some people don't, which is kind of fucking stupid, but I believe it.
The only thing I would say, how come we haven't gone back? How come
I mean, that's annoying.
fat
I feel
people
like we
can't go up
haven't-
there,
yeah.
rich people can't go up there? When you get a telescope, you never see anybody up there fucking around. You never see any dinosaurs
What?
walking around.
You want to bring COVID to the moon? I mean, what are you doing?
No, who wants to? And then this is an old joke I'm trying to bring back. Is it COVID or is it cooties? Which one?
It might be the same thing.
I think it's cooties. It's rebranded cooties. Certain people just shouldn't be kissing or touching. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah, and it seems
It's
like
cooties.
that's all you need to like get into these bars. And they made this mandate. They got to show vax cards, but it's just like what is that circle dot? Now I got my cootie shot. It's like this is some same bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's just cooties, man. And that's why I've been trying to see what a different county is, working in DuPage County, and see how they have it going on.
Yeah, but I mean,
DuPage.
they're gonna lift this shit.
Shout out to DuPage.
DuPage is shit. Cigarette prices are bomb. I'm a cancer patient. But,
Oh shit! You need to start rolling your own.
Well, I've heard of that. But I don't know. I'm too lazy. I'd rather just smoke, motherfuckers.
Do it. Roll your own, and then you can put lavender and mullein in it.
You mean K2? Is that what you're talking about?
No,
Spice?
fuck that shit. I smoke. Right now, I just have mugwort, and I smoke that. Like when I get some more weed, I'll put some other shit. The first time I smoked mugwort, it like I don't know what the health reason is. I keep forgetting what the health thing it does, but I know it makes you have vivid dreams. And I had this like crazy vivid dream the first time I smoked it. And
What'd you do? Do you remember?
What the dream? I just remember it was wait, like, I'm gonna have to continue this dream. I want to close this door. Not this door, but this.
Someone left the door open? No, this window. Yeah, it's getting cold as a motherfucker in this.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you do have hockey sticks. Look at you. You got whole hockey-ass equipment. What's up to this?
Yeah, man. When I was trying to learn how to skate, man, it was teaching myself how to ice skate. I bought all the whole shit because I want to be able to play on a just on like a pickup hockey team. That's like the goal, you know. Like I'm 2 years away from not being able to get into the NHL. So it was just like, all right, well then I'll just be on a pickup team.
Go to the NHL?
Yeah, I'll be like make a pickup team and that'll be good.
Remember me when you're there, for sure.
Yeah, or like the fucking the AAA team, and I'll be like motherfuckers that beats people up and shit.
Yeah, you can go to the Olympics and shit.
I don't think they'll do that. It seems like, but it would be like if I could get to Saskatchewan and I could get on the real team or some shit. That'll be like the biggest thing I can accomplish right now.
Dude, I've always thought, you know, like hockey, you know, motherfuckers dominate in hockey, but just wait till black people learn how to skate.
What is this? That's why I had this book out here. Look at this.
It's over with. It's over with. That's right. Black ice. That's right.
You've never
history of the Colored Hockey League of the Maritimes.
Look at the time.
1895 to 1925.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. This is what I've been talking about.
Look, but there in there it is two. It was the Negro League, and they invented two techniques that are still used today in NHL hockey. One of the techniques is butterfly goaling, and they mention the guy's name because everybody else used to stand. He was like one of the guys that used to get down on his like shins and slide around.
The shin, like the yeah.
That's butterfly goaling. Yeah. That is butterfly goaling.
No shit.
And then it's another guy in that book that invented the slap shot, and that came from baseball because a lot of those people kind of came from America or the Caribbean, and they played baseball in Canada. So then it was the one person. It's a newspaper clipping where they called it a boom shot, where they said the guy wound up and hit it like a baseball, but he hit it on the ice. That was the first time they saw a slap shot. And then now they just perfected it where it's just better form and shit. But
dude, black people just invent all the cool shit in American culture, like all of it. You know, from rock and roll to this, it's like it's everything. It's like they're just cool as hell. This is cool. You know what I mean? I wish I could be as cool.
No, I mean we can all be cool. We're all people. We're all cool in ways. So it's Do you know how to ice skate? Do you give a fuck about skating like that?
No, hell no. I don't know how to ice skate.
Really?
Shit, I can barely walk.
Damn. No, man. I think because it's a fun ass sport, dude. I've always been interested in hockey just growing up in Detroit, just because I grew up when they won those Stanley Cups.
Yeah. It's a normal thing for sure.
I remember I had my cousin from fucking Zion. And who said I'm Chicago, and so
That's
she.
Keegan, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, but I always thought she was Chicago, and she was over there when Detroit won. I know Steve Yzerman was on that one.
Oh, right on.
That was like before the 2010s and shit. Mm-hmm. So it's like I seen the Yzerman years. I seen Dominic Hasek when they had that terrible accident and shit. So it was just like as a lot of black people didn't watch hockey, but you just grew up with like, oh, they having a parade again. You know, it's just like black people would be like, they having a parade again, the motherfucking hockey team. And I'll be like, damn, really? You know, like I would just be like, what is this about? And then on Sega, I only had like 4 games. I only had like Madden 92, and I had NHL 92 and NHL 94. I had one where they can fight and one where they couldn't. Or it was like 93 and 94. I remember I used to play those all the time. And then when I used to go over to my dad's house, like, the kids on his block, one of the kids, I forgot his name, but he had NHL. He had the NHL games too, and that was like pretty cool because it was like a, you know, like I think just like black kids just had all the games, so it was like it didn't matter that it was hockey. It was still like cool as hell. Or maybe because it was in Detroit, we had the hockey.
It's a big thing up there. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, but it was just like, and it was not like we're doing something outside the box. It was just like, yeah, play that in NHL, getting your ass beat. You know, it's just like, you know, we're playing hockey there. It was just more back and forth. The earlier ones, the early NHLs, but I got the newer one now. Because I used to play Madden competitively.
Madden was that shit.
But I played Madden competitively from like the PlayStation 2 era to the PlayStation 3. So it was like 04 to to 2010 or 13 or some
Still
shit.
fuck with video games, or you kind of got past that? You still got that?
No, I try to when I can. It's just lately I've been stressed out, but I'm getting back into it now because I want to stream it. I'm trying to, like, you got to do more shit, and people make money off the streaming too. So it's like I want to, as a comedian, that's what I'm trying to get out there, stream this shit.
Several platforms, that's right.
Several platforms, but then one, I could be playing video games, and especially if people are interested, if I can get paid where I'm a day or two where I'm playing video games, the ones I like and shit, it's going to be dope. I know I can finagle this shit. This is going to be it's, T-Pain's on Twitch.
That's right, yeah.
It's other people.
Video games have become this whole other avenue from which you could have a presence socially.
Yeah. Yeah, you're on there. It's other Twitch is crazy because it's DJs on there. It's a comedian I follow. He's on there. He just tells stories and stuff. He's funny. And then what I was gonna say, I'm trying to use better words. It's always scantily clad girls on there for no fucking reason.
That's every platform.
Yeah, it was like, what the fuck? It was one girl that was in a bikini and she had bubbles around her and shit. And she was not playing games, and she was not playing games. Like she wasn't
she was playing games, but she wasn't playing games.
Yeah, she was playing games, but she wasn't playing any video games. And it was just a bitch in a bikini, just kind of like hanging out in a jacuzzi or whatever, just talking to people.
I'm not.
And I was like, this has nothing. This is on Twitch. Like it was. I'm not like hating on it, but I'm like,
I dig it. I watch.
I was like, yeah, and it was you got to like play a game that's kind of not popular too. You got to like kind of be out of the fringe. And what I was gonna say, yeah, and then getting on, since we're up and coming people, getting on these platforms that are up and coming.
Yeah.
So whatever is the new Twitch, you're a young dude. You're still in your 20s.
I still fuck with it. And I've thought about this before, where it seems like if you want to get famous, incredibly famous, you almost have to cross platforms.
Is that your goal?
No, definitely not. No, my goal is just to have fun with this. I'm digging doing comedy.
Okay.
Being so doing it, I like it. I like the craft. I think my goal at the moment is to sort of earn, and I really mean earn, the respect of my peers in terms of like having other comedians, established comedians, say, "Oh yeah, that guy is funny." That would be cool. That's kind of my goal for now. I don't really give a fuck if I get famous or make this anything like that. That's not really the goal here. You know what I mean? Okay. It's more just to be good, get better. How about that? Let's start there.
Yeah. No, I want to get better, but I eventually want to go on tour, and I want to be recognized as the baddest motherfucker alive. I want like
fucking A, man. That's the way to go. But that's the next step. You know what I mean? I'm still at the point where it's like, let me just see if I can even do this.
Well, you got to finish what I want. I want like a big ass cake to come out on my birthday, and then it'll be cool. And then like, it's not a real cake. Donald Trump Jr. comes out and salutes me. Boom. Baddest motherfucker alive. And then he gives me like like a chest full of gold or something like that.
Crypto coins.
No, real gold.
Real
Fuck
gold?
that. So it's and then
a chest full of NFTs. Like that's not the dream.
No, yeah, real gold. And then like he throws it to me, and then it's heavy as fuck, and I drop it, and it falls on the ground and breaks through the floor.
And then Oprah comes out and says, "You made it."
No, and then the floor caves in, and then we all fall 2 stories down.
Man, that's dark. That's dark.
Some of us make it out.
Well, some of us always do.
Yeah. That's some shit Mac Napper would do. That's what he would say that.
That dude, honestly, I like the guy, but the motherfucker scares me sometimes.
That's me.
It's like, what you doing, man?
I like him though, because I say shit like that too. That's what that's
fucking guy.
He's funny, dude.
Yeah. No, I dig.
He's funny. We got to go to a gun range.
I'd love to go to a gun range, man.
Yeah, we all do.
We got to do it.
He definitely needs to.
Who do you think would be better? I think you'd be the best shot out of all three.
No, I mean like because I watch a lot of YouTube videos on it.
You'd know what to do.
It's I keep forgetting this guy's name. He's this one guy. He tests all his guns, but the way he starts his video, he was like, "Today I'm testing a Ruger P, blah 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 blah," and then he'll turn around and shoot it 3 times. You just be like, "What the fuck?" Like the first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
hey man knows what he's doing.
He has like property in the background, so it's just like I just know if it's a video where it starts with the targets in the background, he's gonna do it with whatever gun, and then it's usually a concealed and carry gun, and it's just funny as hell. Like anything, it was like it's a Magnum or something like that. We're gonna see how boom 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 goes. He just turns around, just shoots it. No, like I'm about to do this or anything. He just whips around and turns, and then he does a whole video of like how it shoots, takes it apart, all this shit.
I dig that kind of shit.
Yeah, no, it was like I want to learn that type of shit. Yeah. That's what I want to get into. I hate to, I hate when people talk about like shit you should know because it's our Second Amendment and all that shit. People say it's Joe Rogan shit. I hate like
liking guns.
Yeah, or just appreciating guns because I don't want to say it. Yeah, it's an appreciation. It's like knowing what the fuck is going on and just knowing how to protect yourself and what's happening. And
I mean, it's a tool. No one gives you shit for liking tools. I mean, it's kind of the same. Well, it is a little different.
Yeah, it's a little just a little different because it's just slightly.
Just a little bit,
Yeah, I mean, like they
craftsmen don't kill people, not usually.
I was just about to mention they have gun competitions.
Like speed shooting.
Yeah, and it's very interesting because they make 9mm and 10mm guns where it's just like it's a pistol and it looks like some shit out of a movie, but it's made for speed shooting. And I want to talk to somebody who knows about guns. Like, what does that mean? Like, could you ever use that in a real time situation? Like, if some shit really popped off, can you use a speed shooter?
I've actually heard of this, and somebody told me before that the speed shooting is different because the bullets themselves have less powder in them. They're not meant to go far. They're meant to just go like 10 feet or whatever the hell. So because they have less powder, it's less recoil, it's less heavy on the gun, and they can shoot it faster.
Okay.
So those bullets are just not as powerful. That's the difference between speed shooting. So the gun is the same. It's the bullets. So
they can stop a kid.
Barely. At 10 feet. Not my kids, those crazy motherfuckers.
All right. That was bad. I'm just saying. No, yeah, that's wild, dude. All right. So yeah, don't have a speed shooter. I'm gonna have some regular shit, I guess.
Yeah, no, don't go for. I mean, if you want speed, that'd be funny if you had a speed shooter shots in your gun. You just shoot them 6 times and they're not dead.
Yeah, it'll be. No, that'll be bad.
Yeah, they're just hurting.
That's that one quote. I gotta find out who said it, but it was like about the 22 because I was looking up during the quarantine. It was certain rounds that were gone, like everybody just bought up. And so there were certain rounds that were left. And so I was just like studying like, oh, what are these about? And there was a lot of 22 rounds. And I was like, what is the 22 about? I'm going to look it up because I always mention 22. And then it was like the person who invented the gun. It was like something Colt. He makes the Colts. He wrote a thing where it was like, don't shoot a man with a 22 because if you hit him, he'll be mad and he'll shoot you with something bigger.
Yeah, that's the
And I was like, oh, shit. Like and then it was like it's made for other shit. I heard from this military person it's made for it's made to like wound people and not to kill people because then it's just made to like take more people off the battlefield kind of shit. To where like he was like the mentality sometimes is I'd rather shoot somebody and where they're injured and then somebody's got to stop and help them. And then I'm taking 2 people out of the fight by just shooting one person.
It's kind of a weird thing, right, to be in war and be like, I don't want to kill you. I just want to hurt you. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
To me, my biggest thing is when people stop doing war. It's times where people stop doing war to pray, like in Muslim cultures.
Yeah, where they have like a ceasefire, like a general, like they know not to shoot.
Yeah, or they just. I know it was something where I forgot which. I don't know if it was shooting, but I know it's been times where people were doing it with swords, where they would be fighting, and then the one guy was talking about they would be the front lines would be fighting, and then the back lines would be praying, and then they'll switch.
Yeah.
And then, like, the people don't charge them or anything like that. But I know it's times where people probably stopped and prayed, and I don't understand that. Yeah. I know it's one story during World War, I think 1 or 2, where these German soldiers and American soldiers stopped in Christmas. It was Christmas time.
Christmas truce. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, like, how do you do that? We're right across from each other about to shoot at each other and shit.
And they played soccer and shit.
And that shit. Hey, boo, 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 boo. And then, like, some... Can you imagine somebody being like, yeah, we was about to fucking crawl over them trenches and stab y'all niggas when y'all was asleep?
Maybe we just suck nowadays. You know what I mean? We're thinking about putting it today.
No, but let me tell you one more story, too. about war, where it's just like I want to see how this is going down. Have you ever heard of the French Revolution? Or I'm not the French Revolution, the Haitian Revolution.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, Haiti.
One of the
Shout out to
only,
Haiti.
African slave revolutions.
Yeah,
They actually rose up against their masters. I've heard about that shit. That's
yeah,
the
or
Haitian Revolution.
or like other countries. So it was like the France, Spanish, and the English. Mm-hmm. And then this one comedian, he's a Haitian comedian. I think he lives in New York. He tells this story, and it was like I didn't even know this story, where the Spanish brought over Polish soldiers to fight the Haitians. It was towards the end of the war. The Polish soldiers got there and switched sides like a year later. Like some people say immediately. Like I looked it up and it was like a year later or something like that, or just a couple weeks later or something like that. It was like soon after they got there, they switched sides and they joined the Haitians, and the Haitians won, and it's like a town named after them.
After the Poles?
Yeah, it's called like Son of a Polishman or something like that.
No shit.
Yeah. I'll Google. I'll do it right now to show you it.
In the middle of Haiti.
Yeah.
There's a Polak town.
Yes.
That's wild.
But can you imagine like going somewhere for war, or like I bring you?
You're coming here to kill these people.
Yeah, and then they get there and be like,
Fuck it.
yeah, like we're with them. We like the weather down here.
Yeah, fuck
like, it was like fuck y'all.
Well, they were like, let's think about Polish women, and then let's look at these Haitian women. They were like, you know what? We're switching sides for sure.
I don't know if it was that. Like, what the fuck was going on?
It could have been anything. That's right.
What goes on during war where you go with some people and then like you're with them? It's just like, hey, they were probably playing soccer on the way down there.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, we were just about to, whoop these Haitians back and come back and blah blah blah. It's gonna be dope. And
Football.
Spain is gonna treat Poland better and shit. Everything is gonna be smooth, baby. Like what? They went down there and switched sides.
Yeah, motherfuckers do weird shit. I mean, thinking about that area, it's like, Christopher Columbus even getting there was fucking weird. Even finding these people. You ever thought about Christopher Columbus? Like, they probably never even thought he was going to come back when they sent him out. You ever thought about that?
No. I mean, well, just because I know history, I know he had like travelers that had been to the Americas and they knew where they were going.
Oh, so he was full of shit. He didn't discover shit. He knew people that had been there before.
Yeah, it was all kinds of people who were back and forth and all that kind of stuff, like the Moors and people like that. And but I know Christopher Columbus only came to the South Americas and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He didn't come over here.
He landed in the Caribbean.
Yeah, I mean, in the Caribbean. I said the South Americas. I apologize.
That's sort of the same shit. I mean,
no, it's not the same shit because I had to think of an insult to this one Puerto Rican dude I used to work with, and he was just all Puerto Rico'd out, and then I was just like, exactly where is Puerto Rico? And he just couldn't tell me, and then I was just like, and then like,
what a bad Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I mean, but do you know exactly where is Puerto Rico?
Yeah, it's in the Caribbean.
No, like explain it. Can you explain it?
All right, so right under Florida, you got Cuba, right?
Oh, all right.
Yeah, and right to the southeast of Cuba, you got Puerto Rico. Just
Okay.
a little bit southeast.
All right, yeah, that's exactly. That's I was like, yeah, right to Florida, then go to Cuba,
I'm not a bubble gum, man.
then the Bahamas, and then Puerto Rico. I was just like, but a lot of people can't even fucking tell you
They
that.
have no idea, and they're so proud of it. Like, oh, I'm proud of Puerto Rico. It's like, where's it at? I don't know.
I support all of it, but it was just like like, where is this place? Where is this place? Because I would love to go. I literally would love to go because it sounds dope. It sounds amazing. And then people say they got UFOs.
Puerto Rico has UFOs.
I heard that before.
Damn, that makes reggaeton a whole different thing. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of billionaires that live in Puerto Rico. And I know
because they're not a state, but they're sort of. They're I don't know what.
Yeah,
it's
it's like an American billionaire playground. I feel like it always probably has been, but now it's just getting more blatant because I know now it's a thing that's on the internet where these people kind of bought a beach, and it used to be like a public beach,
just a whole ass beach.
Yeah, or it's like it's a public beach, but they have property that's on like a good portion of it, and so like they're like making people move. I know they put some like big ass rocks on one point. It's just like shit like that, and then people on the video are like, "It's not your beach. It's not your beach. It's everyone's beach." Because it was like it is everybody's beach, but then it's like These people like, we bought this much and we don't want, you people like on this part. Like it was just like fucked up shit.
Just straight up taking pieces of the country.
Yeah, where it's getting more blatant. Where I feel like it's just like the big powers were only doing that, but now it's the billionaires.
That's got to be so cool to do. Imagine having so much money you could just take a motherfucker's beach, just make it your own.
I mean, yes or no, because you don't want to have people hostile at you.
That's true.
It's a way that you do it without taking it.
Yeah, you can own the beach without being a dick.
Yeah, it's a way that you do it without taking it, or you build your own beach. It's a lot of people that go to countries to do that.
Like Jeffrey Epstein.
No, do you know Bill Gates owns property in Haiti?
No, I've never heard about that.
You never heard about that?
Imagine.
He does. And then I say that to say you never heard about him taking over nobody's beach.
No.
Pretty sure this motherfucker got some nice.
Low-key,
He got a nice spread.
He
where if it
island,
was
made his own little beach. You're right.
no, but it's in Haiti. Haiti is an island.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like but I'm just saying, like the part where he's at, probably made it plush as fuck.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, this is my shit. Like I don't got to take over nobody's shit and
No
have
one's
some kind of
complaining and shit.
yeah. Nobody's complaining about me taking no shit. Yeah. This is dope right here. It's hella fences.
Isn't he like trying to vaccinate the Haitians and shit? Was that what was going on? I heard about that. Like giving them like making them special needs or whatever.
Yeah, it was something like. I mean, that's very, very broad. Very.
I've heard. Of this.
And then you gotta
it's conspiratorial, but I've heard of this.
Yeah, that, and then I know we gotta like maybe chill on the V word talk a lot, because I know people are not getting like banned and shit a lot. Like I mean, I guess you don't kind of study. I just study what people say in the analytics and all that stuff, and what gets pushed and everything.
What's the V word?
What you just talking about Bill Gates and trying to give people, trying to do stuff.
Word.
Yeah. So it's just trying to keep it.
Just saying that word alerts something to pay attention to what you're doing, huh? That's insane.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. See, and then I feel like a lot of people don't know about just like the it's certain things you can say. Like if this was a YouTube video, I would probably have to like pause the shit or some shit like that, or super edit it out. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna let it roll and see if it goes.
See if you get canceled. You think you can get canceled?
No, I'm not gonna get canceled. But it's like analytics. Like you can't play songs. You gotta like own the rights to music.
Yeah, I've thought
because it's a computer. It's not like one person listening to the shit. Like if I started to play some shit I don't own, a Project Pat song, it'll be like, hey, you can't play this.
You got to pay somebody something to be able to play it.
Not even that. It's like you just don't. It's like YouTube. It's just like they don't even do it. It's just like, hey, somebody else owns this. We're not even doing that.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
That makes it so hard as like a simple, like a creator, someone that's trying to start and get something going, to be able to put some cool music on something or talk about something.
To me, it don't make it that hard, because it's because like just like my friend Curtis, he made the beats. I paid him for them, and like I'm gonna buy some more, but I gotta work these 3 out that I bought. So it's I gotta work them bitches out. But it's that's a way to do it, because creators can get their money. Creators can get their thing out because I don't have to pay. I already paid him. So it's like I'm not going to get canceled not canceled, but like my video taken down. All they would do is just take your video down. You're not going to get canceled or whatever like that. But it's just, I just don't want this video down. I feel like it's a good video. But yeah, so yeah, we're at the thing. So what you got any other shows going on? You going to any other mics or anything?
Yeah, man, just the usual. We got Beer Belly tomorrow. Yeah. The OG Beer Belly. The famous Beer Belly. North Bar. You know how it goes.
Yeah, you need media training. I think that's what we. Yeah, that's kind of like this is very loose, because there's certain bars you shouldn't talk about unless they pay you. But we love North Bar though. Yeah, I love North Bar. I was just saying that just in case you said a bar that we don't go to, or a bar that shall not be named or some shit.
Well, that's what I thought.
I fucks with North Bar though. I like North Bar.
No, North Bar's a shit.
North Bar's cool. They're good. So yeah, this is a Slider Cast. So where can they find you on the internet?
So it's just MaxV94 on Instagram, man. If anyone cares.
MaxV on 94, and you only have one post right now. I'm not trying to put you on blast, but
yeah, I only have one
The fuck is that about? So yeah, you just get some more posts or something, or get a TikTok. I don't know what the fuck you need to do.
I'm trying to be a meme account.
All right, yeah, be a whole ass meme account, like do yeah, but just steal everybody's shit, but yeah, just have more shit on there so people can know who you are. Don't have a million people following you and only have one shit, or it'd be funny if you just only went live all the time.
Yeah,
that'd be funny. But yeah, they do that, and then I'm I'm your gracious host, DJ Slider Bite. And this has been another episode of the Slider Cast. And then I want everybody to have a great night, and don't let anybody change you. Have a great night.